Hello, conscious co-creators. For this pick a card reading today, we are going to be examining your career. So we're going to look into the guidance and insight connected to the projects that you're working on, what you're trying to move forward, your profession, your career for the next 4 days. This is a timeless reading, so whenever it is that you come upon this, it's the right time for you to watch, choose, and receive. So you are going to have 2 options to choose from. And if you find at any time that this just doesn't feel like enough guidance for you, then you'll find a link to examining your career personal reading in the description box below that you can check out anytime. You can order yours, you can ask your specific questions, etc. So check that out if you're feeling like this 4-day pull is just not enough. So we are using the Crystal Wisdom deck here to give you an indicator card for your intuition, although you may already be vibing one pile or one group or another. So here's group number 1. Again, just tune on into your intuition. You might get a number in your head. You might be drawn to one of these stones or crystals. Your body might be swaying one way or the other. You're just asking, which is the right group for me to receive the guidance that I need over the next 4 days as it concerns my career? And here we go, group number 2. So take all the time that you need, of course. You can pause the video if you need to get a good feel for which of these 2 groups is going to provide you with the guidance and insight you need for your career for the next 4 days. Once you've made your selection, you can head down to the description and click on the timestamp next to the group that is calling most to you. Again, group number 1 or group number 2, and I will see you in your career reading. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading today. We are going to take a look at your career over the next 4 days. We're getting some short-term guidance for you. So let's first take a look at your indicator card. It's a beautiful stone, the Sunstone. What a nice card to have as it concerns your career. Empowerment energy. It says, I am empowered in all areas of my life. So you may find that your career path and what's going on in your career is currently shining brightly. A sunstone is definitely not only an empowerment energy, but it's definitely a masculine energy that sees you being able to be activated, to be ambitious, to be moving forward, moving along. We are going to set your animal cards aside for the close of your reading. But yeah, I love a sunstone for your career. It just says that things are going to be out in the open, visible. They're going to be shining brightly. You're going to be empowered in some way. That light within you is going to be able to reach more people, they're saying. Reach more people. Let's give this a roll. We'll see what your shuffle is for this reading. It's a full-on 10. 6 and a 4. It feels like success and stability. Yeah. Success and commitment, perhaps. Interesting. Okay, let's get these shuffled up so we can see what the days ahead hold for you in your bright and shiny, empowered career. All right, all right. And we'll just get your tarot deck shuffled up and ready to give us the guidance we need as well. Yeah, I'm really feeling like these fire energy from these because it's sitting on a sunstone. This is like a 6 of Wands, a 4 of Wands. This, again, successful, victorious commitment or some sort of stability. Like you feel like you're shining your light in the right places and people are noticing. Okay, we'll give a look to the bottom of the deck. Ooh, the High Priestess here for you guys. Wow. This is about intuition. Perhaps things are going to come to the light or come out of the darkness, right? For you to be able to understand them or for you to be able to view them. So it's important to remember to trust your intuition for sure. Look for those revelations as you're moving across the timeline here, the next 4 days. Okay. There. So we've got your tarot stacked. Let's see what we've got for day 1. Network, card number 22. Look at that, moving it on forward. Connect with others. So if you have something planned for day 1, whether that's today or tomorrow, maybe your intention is to start these 4 days in your career for tomorrow. Whatever it is, day 1, 22 is a master number. It's a number that sees things coming together, partnerships being made, things being moved forward. So momentum being gained here in the first day. This is also, it says connect with others, but this is definitely also this feeling of connecting with the right people, right? It doesn't feel like we just connect with whoever. It feels like you may be talking to a certain people that can make a difference in your career, or if you're meant to reach out or you've been feeling the intuitive call to reach out, you're gonna wanna do that for sure. Let's see what we have for the tarot. 6 of Wands, yes, exactly. We were feeling that energy. I don't know about you, but I was definitely feeling it. And the 5 of Moons, interesting. Right away, this is, okay, 2 messages for you here with this networking energy. A 5 of Moons in this deck is a 5 of Cups. So a 5 of Cups in a high expression is definitely having a change of heart. You can see the victorious energy of the 6 of Wands there just on its own. You can see there's some sort of victory that's happening. You may be networking with somebody new that offers you something or just tells you straight up, I love what you do. I love the way you shine. I love the way you shine. Top of the heap, recognizing you as a leader of some sort. You may be wanting to network with someone who is a leader, right? So look for the top of the heap is what they keep saying. So look for the top of the heap and consider yourself as part of that network. The 5 of Moons, they're saying having a change of heart, that's the high expression. This can be a card of disappointment for sure and sadness. Like you see how the moons seem to be falling out of their hands. But the energy around this is we want high expression. We want to know that not everybody's going to be a yes, right? So if you are reaching out to people or you find that people are recognizing you in some way and maybe they're not your cup of tea, or you're not their cup of tea, that's fine, right? They're saying that's fine. Don't let it get you down. Focus on what it is that you do have, the connections you do want to make, and keep on moving on. Keep on keeping on, right? Keep on keeping on. This tells me that someone also may have a change of heart about you. So this is about putting yourself out there in some way, shape, or form, reaching out to someone, or if someone's trying to reach out to you, you don't want to ignore that. You want to vibe that out. This just feels like someone may have a change of heart about what it is that you do. So maybe they thought you weren't capable, or they thought you offered this, or they thought that you weren't going to be able to get something done, or whatever it is that they thought about you. There's some sort of, for some of you, it will be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you did that. Oh, that was you? That was you? Wow, I'm impressed. You know, this feeling of going, oh, I didn't even consider that, but now, wow, right? And so this feels very positive and like a shift is happening to either change your mind or change their minds. And I know I'm saying mind, but that's where the emotions begin. So some sort of information that puts you either on a pedestal or puts them on a pedestal in your head comes through for you to be like, wow, you know, I thought one thing or I felt one way about this, but now I kind of feel a different way about it. So be open to moving things forward where spirit is showing you, because again, that High Priestess on the bottom of your deck says something's being revealed here throughout the next 4 days. Look out for how your intuition is moving you forward, how it's guiding you, right? And you do have this bright and shiny energy, and we're kicking it off with this networking card. And of course, the 6 of Wands are kind of verifying and validating for me that you are going to be bright and shiny, that you are going to be recognized, that putting your light out there is something that you're meant to be doing. And trusting your intuition, right? Obviously, we're not fielding things or wanting to connect with people that don't get us. But like I said, someone might be having a change of heart here. So I would at least vet it through your intuitive alignment through your intuitive understanding, vibe it out before you say a flat out no. So we got forward moving energy, very nice, seeing you in a very powerful position, empowerment for sure, starting off on day 1. Let's see what day 2 has to offer you. It's all coming together. The order card. This is things being slotted into place. The divine orchestration. This is divine order, this card in this deck. This is angels in your biz. So this is a business deck that we're working with. So everything is kind of slotting into place. They're saying falling into order. The divine orchestration guides are heavily coming in here to let you know that, whether or not you fully consciously understand something, they're working on a divine level and they're telling you day 2 is about divine order. Let's see what we have connected. The 3 of Wands. So this is divine order for the future. Interesting. And the Hermit. Yeah, I'm getting this feeling that we may not understand this consciously, meaning your mind might not even know that it's happening in the divine realm or in the energetic realm. On day 2, if you feel like things are a bit slow or you're having a solitary day here with the Hermit, maybe you're pondering your future, maybe you've had an offer or you've made an offer here, or you've talked to somebody or you've reached out to someone, okay? This is a very solitary energy here. A solitary energy that asks us to, yes, make plans for the future, but more this combo feels like I am thinking about it, I am surveying it, I am sort of dreaming about it, I am connecting back. Of course, this is the light within with the Hermit card. The Hermit card's not listening to the outside voices. The Hermit energy is about going within yourself, connecting to the sun within is what I would say. If you have received an offer, just know that day 2 is about order. So whatever's happening on day 2, it is in divine order for that to happen now, or for you to have this break, right? To think about it. If something comes through and you're like, I definitely need a minute, take the minute, because that's what this is, the minute. I'm taking a beat here to survey it, to check in with myself, again, checking in with my intuition, to survey what's going on in the future. Do I want to do this? Is this the path I want to take? What I do know is something is happening in the divine realm here in your career, whether you consciously know it or not, that is ordered by the divine. When divine orchestration guides give a card like this, you know something is coming together, and sometimes we just can't see it yet, and that's okay. So if this day for you feels like, I'm kind of just sitting here, I'm kind of just waiting, I'm wondering about what the future holds, that's in alignment. Just know that in the divine realm, something has gone into place or slotted into place, that something is coming together here. Even if you don't really understand it or see it yet, it's happening. So take the break if you need to. Reconnect with yourself, get intentional with yourself, right? I'm empowered in all areas of my life. You may want to think about what kind of commitments you'd like to make in the future, right? Because the 3 of Wands precedes what I'm seeing this as the 4 of Wands, or some sort of stable commitment that you might be making or agreeing to. So here we kind of take a beat to survey our options, think about it, spend some time alone, reconnect with that light within, and know that the divine orchestration is happening just right. Hey, conscious co-creator. I'm interrupting your reading for just a moment to make sure that you know that sometimes a collective reading like this one, it just isn't enough. It's not going to give you enough information. And if you feel like you're in need of a more personalized look at what's happening in your life right now, a personal reading may be just what you need. My personal readings offer a card spread or card spreads and audio insight delivered to your inbox, pulled and channeled specifically for you. So you just pick your topic and then select your reading length, survey 16 tarot decks featuring the star card, and choose the one that's resonating most with you. And then share your topic, your current experience or situation, what you're going through, and ask me your questions. You can find out more about the career personal reading at the link in the description below. Now let's get back to your guidance. Okay, day 3. Branding, you're a unique snowflake, and this is a 3710, so connecting with this energy that way there for us. I love this card when it comes out because it asks you to realize your authentic self is necessary here, right? Like we need you. We need your unique traits and qualities. We need your unique, your special sauce is what they're saying, your special sauce. And that's going to be very important. I know this says branding on it. So if that doesn't pertain to you specifically, it just means understanding who you are as a unique being with your unique gifts and talents and not settling for less than that. Being willing to empower your unique gifts and talents, being willing to brand yourself in a certain way that aligns with those unique gifts and talents. So like if someone is making you an offer here and you need to think about it here, we'll see what comes with the tarot, but you got to pay attention to what you're worth based on your unique gifts and talents. If you're working on something where you're going to be putting yourself out there, right, being seen, etc., then, or just someone surveying the work that you do, right, going over it, checking it, something like that, you want to put your unique spin on it. You want to make sure that they know you did this. You know, this is the way you work. This is the kind of work you deliver. This is the kind of spice. Yeah, it's like they're saying special sauce, your special spice. It's like a special twist. It's your light within that gives you this. If you're pondering an offer or making an offer to someone, you'd want to make sure they were on brand. You want to make sure that it aligns with your standards and who you are. Let's see what we've got. See, it's another rest day. Yeah, Four of Swords is a card of peace of mind. And maybe this was a Four of Swords and I'm reading it wrong, but I'm feeling the fire up there with that sunstone. And the King of Pentacles. Wow, King of Stars. Yeah, this is about being at peace in your head about the level that you're working at or your ability to be a business man or woman, a business person at a high degree. It's honoring the gifts and the talents and the unique abilities that you bring to the table without settling for less, you know, or making a really good deal for yourself or putting your highest caliber into something and being at peace with that. The Four of Swords, you can see, it's like a restful state of mind. And if you need another day here to ponder something, this combination tells me that's okay, right? We want to get in touch with. Sleep on it is what this card will say. Sleep on it for another day, especially if you come out of day 2 and you're still going like, I'm not too sure. I need to like do a bit of research, maybe get some insight. I need to kind of give it another day, give it another night. I need to maybe check in with someone who feels like they know me well or ask them for advice, like a high-powered person. You might ask for advice, someone that you trust. Ask if this is a good deal. Ask if this is a good commitment to make. But it's a sense of rest in the mind. So we're not overthinking anything here. We're just getting very clear and direct about the caliber of talent that you offer, what your capabilities are, what your expertise is, right? A King of Stars or a King of Pentacles is the leader of the suit of money, business, finances, investments, etc. So there may be someone like this in your life that you're fielding an offer from or wanting to put yourself out there to. You may be working with someone like that or wanting to work with someone like that. You may be wanting to like put yourself out so you'd be noticed by someone like this. But first here, you can see on day 3, you've got to get very clear about what it is that your unique gifts and talents are in order to be able to brand yourself appropriately, to use the word that's on the card, right? This is where the empowerment really comes into play, I think, here. Let's see what we have day 4. I'm very interested how this all goes. Get outside, take a breather. Yeah, okay. I would say if at this point you are accepting something or you're putting something out there, this is the time where if it's done in a way that you feel like you're like, okay, I'm good with that. That feels like it meets my standards. It shows what it is that I'm worth. It expresses who I am. If you're putting something out into the world or taking a moment to realize it's coming into divine order and then it's aligned for you, and then here we take a break. If you're like waiting for an offer or something like that, you're taking a breather here. You're not getting all up in your head about it. Take a breather, get outside. 5. It's like a change is needed, a change of scenery is needed on day 4 for some reason. If you're still pondering something, yeah, throughout these days. Then you get to day 4, you're gonna want to go do something different. Go get fresh air. Go engage in something that's maybe a bit more fun. Change the scenery is what it feels like here, like the actual scenery. So if you've been stuck in an office for days, or if you've been, at it, or if you've been in some sort of like a meditative mode, or you've been resting, you're going to want to like get out into the world, get out into the sun, take a breather. Interesting. Okay, yeah. 9 of Swords there. And the King of Wands. Wow, 2 kings in this. 2 kings for you guys. Again, I'm going to remind you about that High Priestess, intuition guiding the way. So a 9 of Swords here is a card of mental stress and worry. You can see she's got her head in her hands, and she's got these swords that seem to be sprinkling something down upon her. Now, in a high expression, this card is going to see you capable of dealing with the stresses, especially mental stresses that may be coming here. And you can tell that they're giving you the exact antidote to that is to get outside. Don't stay where you've been, because it seems like you're pondering something and you're trying to get in touch with yourself, and maybe you're trying to make a decision, although I don't see decision cards here. This is just it feels like an affirmation or a reaffirming of your power in your career or your standard or your expertise. It's like understanding where you're coming from and trusting the divine order of things is just right. When you put yourself out there and you understand your worth, you shine very brightly, and that's what we're getting here. So it's like, instead of getting lost in the worries of your mind, be this leader that you are. We're grounded, and now we're bright and shiny. The King of Wands is the King of Fire. So it may seem counterintuitive, like I'm in this, so I got to be in this. But you can see there's a lot of rest and solitude and checking in, as opposed to worrisome energy. I think by day 4, we're getting the worrisome energy in the head. So your mind might be affected by the time you get to day 4. And that's why they're telling you need to take a breather here. It's a real change of scenery, as I said, message. And this gets us and keeps us in a high degree of frequency. The King of Wands, of course, kings are the leaders of their suits. The King of Wands is the King of Fire. You've got the Sunstone and empowerment energy. So take some of that yummy sunlight and use it in another area of your life, empowered in all areas of your life. Go and do something fun is what I would say. This king is, he's like this charismatic, inspiring, very passionate king. So go do something that you feel passionate about to get out of your head. Get outside, take a breather, get out of your head, go enjoy something, go to a museum, go see a show, go take a walk in nature, go laugh with some friends, go have a great dinner, whatever it is that can get you out of the energy of this, because the orchestration is very clear. It's already happening. It's all coming together. And now we're setting our standards and getting clear about our standards as we move forward. But you're a human being, right? So it can really sometimes take a toll on your mental state when you're pondering something, you're working on something, you're moving something forward, you're wondering about something, you're putting something together, right? And day 4 is all about exhaling, going, getting a change of scenery, doing something fun to keep this high frequency that you've got going on intact and shining brightly. So grounded and shining, that's the Sunstone energy. Okay, let's see what we have for animal guides. Oh, shine bright like a starfish, apparently. A starfish energy. A starfish is wonderful because not only are they just inspiring animals, right? When you see a starfish, you light up. It's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But they're very resilient. Okay, they'll grow back their arm if something happens to it, they'll just grow it right back. Resiliency is happening here. So you may be working on something and remembering how powerful you truly are, how uniquely talented you truly are. But there may be some waiting, and maybe you take a hit here. And remember, not everybody's gonna like you. You're not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. It doesn't mean you're any less victorious. So with the starfish energy, it feels hopeful to me and resilient. They want you to be resilient. That's what they're saying. Like, things are not always yay, good and celebratory. And that's not weird. That's normal. That's life. That's career. That's business. That's, projects. Don't let it dim your light. If you feel like your light is dimming, by day 4, we can see it's a very clear call to go and get outside. But it's like shine bright like a starfish. They're singing that song in my head, only they're switching it to starfish. So that's humorous. You could sing that if you like. Let's see what else we have here. Ooh, the vulture. Ooh, my goodness, yeah. I feel like this is the warning around this 9 of Swords. It feels like, like a low degree of this energy. This is resourceful energy. So persevering, shining brightly, and being resourceful at the same time when you get a vulture. But there's a warning here where you can see it, right? We get up in our head, we're fighting to survive, fighting for something. And that can get you into this low degree of like fear, right? Fear, stress. What am I gonna do? I'm just caught up in my head. That's why they're telling you, go take a fly, go soar somewhere, let yourself be a bit free to clear your mind, because you can get, when you think about a vulture, right? They're like fighting over the scraps of a carcass, they're fighting over the death. And you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be comparing yourself to anyone here with this energy. You want to be at ease in your mind and knowing how powerful you truly are. And it's not in an egotistical way, which is what I'm feeling is the low expression going on here that they're giving me with this. Like, it's the feeling of there's enough to go around. You want what's aligned. You don't want to have to be... they're saying fighting the bottom feeders. Instead, you want to understand that you're very resourceful, that you can use what you need. You'll find what you need and you'll use it when it's available for you or when you're called to it. You don't need to get into this low frequency energy at all. In fact, it's the opposite that they're guiding you to with 2 kings here. Day 3 and day 4, you've got leadership upon leadership. We're regrounding ourselves and paying attention to the reality of the unique talent that you have and that you are powerful and that you are shining. And if something came in to disrupt that, you don't want to go low. You want to fly high here and take a breather, get outside. All right, let's just pull an affirmation for you to close. Group 1, wow. It's almost like Spirit saying, especially if you're waiting on something with that divine order card or that order, it's all coming together, trusting in Spirit, they're checking on how you actually feel about yourself. Do you feel like you shine bright like a starfish no matter what happens, that you can persevere, that you can regrow, that you can rebirth yourself, Or are you getting into this, it's like a dark energy, right? When you get a low expression of a vulture energy, it's a dark energy where I'm feeding off the dead and the things that have come. It's like, we don't need that. We're going to soar high and remember. Remember your talents. I feel more and more healed every day. Beautiful. It's bringing me back to that starfish. There's a chance here. There's sort of like an opportunity for you to dip in this group, but I see no need for it. I think there's obviously some healing going on with your final affirmation. And you are this beautiful, unique, talented being that has a lot to offer in service to whatever you're working on. And it's important to remember that over the next 4 days. And if you get caught up in your head and you forget a little bit, again, not from an ego place, but go in the sun, go get some sunshine, go take that in, go rejuvenate your spirit so that you can stay bright and shiny. I hope that this served you. It was a pleasure for me to read for you today, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. We're going to take a look at your career for the next 4 days. First, let's take a look at your indicator card and your crystal wisdom. Hiddenite or hedonite, gratitude. I am grateful, and this loving energy fills every single cell of my being. Wow, right down to your cells, there's a thankful energy coming in for you. And I love to see that. We are going to set your animal cards off to the side. We will take a look at them at the close of your reading. This is a heart-centered energy that you're coming at your projects, whatever it is you're working on over the next 4 days. Yeah, I love this energy. Well, it's literally loving energy. I'm grateful, and this loving energy fills every single cell. Doing it with love, working with love, doing what you love. All right, let's see your numbers. Yeah, 4 and a 2. That's obviously a 6 shuffle. Partnership with the right people. That's what this feels like. And you're just so thankful for it. So there may be some people that you work with, or that you're going to be partnering up with, or that you feel are advising you, or that you look up to, that you feel really good about, and you're just so happy about it. Let's see what we've got for your shuffle. Again, next 4 days. So this is really a short-term reading. Okay. And we are going to prep your tarot deck so we have it ready to go. Let's take a look at the bottom. King of Wands. Wow. Leader of the suit of fire for you. So this is being really charismatic, being really inspiring or inspired. It may be someone that you're grateful for that's been inspiring you at a very high level, inspiring you to shine your light, inspiring you to work with love. I'm just getting the feeling that this group already kind of enjoys what they do. Let's see what we have. Day 1. Launch, woo, right at you. Now is the time. I love this. This is what better time than now. If you've been working on something, if you've been nervous about it, we'll see what the tarot says. But day 1 is, if you're launching something, it's the perfect day to do it. If you want to connect with someone, it's the perfect time to do it. See, because it's a 20 here. It's pointing to this 2. 2s are about usually decisions, being able to move forward, or relationship energy, right? So if you're trying to decide something, spirits kind of tell you, now. There's no other time. Now is the time, right? And you may know that in your gut already. Maybe you've been kind of questioning your leadership role, or the power that you have, or how you're going to be able to inspire others. But a launch card says, go for it. If you've been wanting to work with someone, reach out to someone. Now is the time, is what they're saying. Whatever question, it feels like they're answering a question day 1 for you. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. Okay, decision, right? It's a question. What do I do? Shall I reach out to this person? Should I give up on this? It's reminding me of death card energy because it's got the skull there. But if 2 of Swords is a decision card, going back and forth, should I do this? Am I capable? What does my intuition say? What is my mind telling me? And a Page of Wands, yeah, they're like, launch it. This is a brand new chapter. So this is a decision card connected to news and that fire, right? We have the leader of the suit here on the bottom of the deck as an indicator for you. It's like, you are a leader. And what they're saying with the page is like, start, follow that fire, follow that inspiration. Even if you're not physically launching something, you may want to launch yourself into something, to make the choice to actually do that today or day 1, whenever you're intending for day 1 to be. Because a Page of Wands is very young and explorative, right? Very curious about, where could this fire lead me? Why am I suddenly inspired by this? Or if you've been pondering it for a while and you know that it's connected to your purpose or your fire, they're telling you, go for it. What are you waiting for? If you've wanted to, again, work with someone or partner up with someone and make a commitment to that, have stability around that, they're telling you to get off the fence day 1. Get off the fence, jump into this new chapter. You're going to probably be delighted, is the word they're using, to see what you find on this path, or in this new land, or in this new chapter is what I would say. Pages are the beginning of the court card, so they start this brand new chapter. And I think you've been on the fence, group 2. And you are group 2. 2, we got the 2 there. It's like, what are you pondering? What's holding you back? Jump into it. And you don't have to make any like you'll always have another choice. Remember that, right? So like if you're still worrying, it's like doing it anyway, just to explore it a bit. Be curious about it. That may be the do it now launching kind of energy. Like, you know what, I am going to look into this. You know what, I am going to ask questions about this. And that's fine. But now is the time. Let's see what we have day 2. Integration time, plan to rest. This is, by the way, another 2. It's a 19, excuse me. It's a 19-1, excuse me. Why did I say that? Oh, it's the preceding card maybe? Huh, interesting. I'm like, another 2. I feel like, okay, 2s are important. Maybe that's why. Another 2, maybe another 2 is coming. I don't know. Could be a slip of the tongue. It could just be me not adding well. Okay, so a 19 card. This feels like a little bit of regression, actually. It says integration, but it's like integrating the decision you've made. See, because it's the preceding number. To give it a rest. You may be questioning yourself here on day 2, like, oh my God, do I really want to do this? It feels like a regression. That's the word they're showing, regression. Let me see what's connected here. Knight of Moons, is this really what my heart wants and desires? This is the Suit of Cups in this deck, Moons. Can I really make this transformation, this transition? And remember, I was saying the Death card is just the skull, and here's the actual Death card showing up for you. Now, Death is not a bad card, right? It just signifies a transition is being made. So there may be a bit of regression for you, energy on day 2, because again, that's Spirit's word, not mine. They have it up in my mind's eye and they have not put it down yet. So I am trying to say whatever they want me to say so that they will release me of that word. But yeah, the regression of the numbers and second guessing what your heart is telling you. This 2 of Swords here is like, I'm going between my heart and my mind, my heart and my mind, my heart. It's like, it could drive you crazy at 2 of Swords. That's why they're like, just start exploring it. Okay, can you just do it now? Not making a choice on this is making a choice. Let's go. Try it. And then here we go. Wait a minute. I need to think more about this. A Knight of Moons or a Knight of Cups is wanting you to move forward from this place of loving energy, from your heart center. So try your best not to beat yourself up is what I would say day 2. If you're having doubts here about what's going to happen if you do jump fully into this, let's say, or, make this transformation, that's okay on day 2. It's like you have to give yourself a ton of love here. That's what it feels like. Sometimes we do that. That's what our mind is meant to do. Don't worry about it. It's nothing weird, right? That's quite normal for a human being to go, I'm going to do this, and then go, wait a minute, am I supposed to do this? I don't know if I've made the wrong decision, because there's a transformation clearly being indicated here. And sometimes the Death energy can be dark, but because you have this Knight of Moons going on, it's like we just need to return to our heart and ask, is this right for me? Does this feel good? And because you have a Page of Wands here, it's like, remember, curiosity is the key here. Wonderment is what you want to stay in line with. Gratitude for your imagination, perhaps, or for even being able to explore mentally, emotionally, what have you, how it might feel to transition your work, your career, your project to follow your heart. All right, so don't beat yourself up on day 2. If you're feeling like doubts, wondering if this is the right way to go, did you make a mistake? Is this something I should continue to explore? Should I keep moving in this direction? Should I work with this person? Should I partner up with this person? That kind of thing. They're telling you to rest a bit so that you can tune into your heart center and understand that there's something that is changing. This is the Death and Rebirth card. So something wants to shift over to be reborn. And it can be a little tricky sometimes. So let's see where that goes. Hey, conscious co-creator. I'm interrupting your reading for just a moment to make sure that you know that sometimes a collective reading like this one, it just isn't enough. It's not going to give you enough information. And if you feel like you're in need of a more personalized look at what's happening in your life right now, a personal reading may be just what you need. My personal readings offer a card spread or card spreads and audio insight delivered to your inbox, pulled and channeled specifically for you. So you just pick your topic and then select your reading length, Survey 16 tarot decks featuring the star card and choose the one that's resonating most with you. And then share your topic, your current experience or situation, what you're going through, and ask me your questions. You can find out more about the career personal reading at the link in the description below. Now let's get back to your guidance. Day 3. Trust your gut. Okay, back to trusting your heart center, understanding that you can follow your heart, or realize that every single cell of your being is being filled with this loving energy over the next 4 days. And that's something to be grateful for, okay? Trusting your gut, it's a regression in numbers again, though, because if this is a 19, 10, 1, this is a 9, right? 10 to the 9. Your body knows the truth. They're telling you. Your heart's going to tell you. You don't have to rush is what I'm feeling at this point, because trust is all about surrender, right? Trusting your gut is making the choice that your heart has to give you, making the choice that your intuition is providing you, making the choice, in your case, with that on the bottom of your deck, what inspires you, what you feel passionate about. A King of Wands is like shiny, and they're high expression. You're attracted to them, and there's nothing you could do about it, right? It just feels like, wow, you are like inspiring me. And I didn't even see it coming. Something like that. They're really great salespeople because of that. They're very charismatic. They're usually very attractive, like looking as well. And so if there's something that you're being attracted to, they're telling you here, even if you have doubts too, on day 2, you're going into day 3 going, I'm going to breathe into my intuition and trust what I'm being called to, trust what I'm being inspired by, or who I'm being inspired by, right? Your body's going to give you indication with this card because it says it right on it. Let's see what we have here. Any pentacles. Oh my God. They're saying this over and over again to you. The Lover's card. What is your heart being attracted to? What is being attracted by your heart? This is coming together. It's a law of attraction card, right? And it's a card of choice as well. Trust and choice, truth and choice. With the Temperance energy. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. They're trying to calm us down. That's what this energy is. Don't worry. What it's like what you seek is seeking you, right? Rumi. It's that energy of, you don't need to be in extremes. It's not catastrophe. There's no catastrophizing here. Trust your gut. I think they want me to say it slowly. Trust your gut like that. Trust that your body knows. Trust that what you are seeking is seeking you. You can stay in the Temperance energy. So even though you may have this Kickstarter, like, this is so exciting, I'm going to do it. I'm going to launch, because launch is a card that's it's kind of in your face energy now in all caps, right? But we start to settle in here. We're looking to settle into gratitude over the next 4 days without a shadow of a doubt. So it's constantly returning to your heart center. So here we get this push of like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then we go, should I do it? I'm not sure. And then here's the tuning back into the heart. Okay, this is going to be a big transition. Like, I'm not sure if I can pull this off. Is this the right direction to go in? Returning to our heart again, and another trust card. The Lover's card is like your souls connecting. So if it's a person that you're being drawn to, you're being drawn to work with them on purpose. There's a reason for it. If it's a project that you're wanting to get involved in, that you're already working on, and you're being guided to shift it or change it or launch it or put it out into the world, whatever that is, the Lover's card says, choose what your heart desires. What is your heart's desire? You're going to want to choose that. But because they couple it with the Temperance card, by the way, 2 major arcana cards, so you have 3 major arcana cards here sitting here. And these are court cards. This is not, this is high level energy, basically. The Temperance energy, you can see the path is being shown to us. If you trust your gut, your body will walk you down the path. You'll be headed in the right direction no matter what. The Temperance energy is the middle road, though. It's being open like a Page energy, but in a more grounded state, to try new things, to give it a shot, to be open to alchemy as you're attracting, noticing what's being attracted to you, noticing what you're attracted to, and being willing to give it a shot. This is the opposite of extreme energy. So you don't need to do anything crazy. They're trying to calm us down, right? Relieve the doubts in your head, return to the gratitude energy, return to your heart center, and take the next step. It feels like this group is being just led to something, like your soul or your heart is leading you. Your heart's desire wants to be heard, and you're meant to listen. And that's it. It doesn't feel pushy. Let's see what happens day 4. Pick one thing, and we move to the 10. 36, 9, 10. So this is a 10, 1 or 10, 9, 10. Here we go. Now we have some real direction. It's like they calm you down, they light you up, and make you a bit nervous to calm you down almost. Like doubting yourself and returning back to this beautiful, peaceful energy where you're trusting your heart, you're trusting your gut, you're trusting your body, you're trusting spirit. And then this prioritize card is always so lovely because the 10 concludes anything that might be stopping you from prioritizing what is important, let's say, or what your next peaceful, guided step is. And they're telling you specifically one thing, not 5, not 3, 1. Pick one thing to focus on today. Pick one thing that keeps you moving in the direction of your heart's desire. You might want to change one thing. You might want to reach out to one person. You might want to review one thing. You might want to, just one thing, right? Take one step, one thing on your priority list. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. This is card number 10 in the tarot as well. So doubling down on the 10. Something is closing and we have this movement that is like fortunate and serendipitous and we're not overdoing. You guys do not need to overdo here. You are all in a peaceful movement forward that has to do with your heart and your heart. That's it, your heart and your heart. Gratitude, appreciation, listening, and look at this nice energy that comes with this. Doubling down on the 10s. You've got 2s, which if you see 2s, like multiple 2s, repeating numbers in the next few days, in the next 4 days, that's spirit telling you keep going, you're moving in the right direction here. Fortune awaits. And the 9 of Swords, of course. They always got to throw that in. This is like, I'm worried if this is going to be a fortunate decision. I'm worried if the Wheel of Fortune is about the wheel of life. It's like, is this going to move in my direction? Is this the right choice to make? Am I moving in the right direction? Is this going to work out for me? Is this going to be fortunate? Is this going to be positive, prosperous, abundant? So your mind is playing tricks on you here, or it's going to be at least highlighted a bit with a 9 of Swords. This is like a mental stress and worry card. In its high expression, this can turn into something beautiful, right? A 9 is here. We're trusting our gut. We're not getting caught up in the worries of our mind. And they're telling you exactly how to get out of the stressful, anxious, worrisome mental set, right? They're saying one thing, not 2, one thing. So if you have way too many things on your priority list on day 4, you may want to take a look at your schedule or your calendar and tell your mind different. Because if you have 9 things on your list, you're probably going to be a little bit worried, stressed out, and maybe questioning whether or not this is what your heart's true calling is, or if you're moving in the right direction, or if this is going to be fortunate. But the Wheel of Fortune coming out says, no need to worry. This is going to move you in the right direction to take one step, to pick one thing. Take a look at what's going on day 4 for you. If you're packed to the gills, make sure that your mind can understand that this is the priority. This one thing is the priority. It's very important. Otherwise, we see the stress coming up. It's like a choice between fortunate movement or things coming together and the feeling of that, right? Focusing all your energy knowing this is what you're supposed to do right now, and this is abundance. It's gratitude. It's your heart's desire energy, right? The vortex of that. Or I got to get all these things done and I just don't have time for this and I can't even think about it and it's really worrying me and I don't know if I'm making the right decisions. Blah, 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 blah. That's what we want to avoid day 4. So they keep saying, make sure they check their schedule. Like you may want to literally look on your calendar to see if you have too many things going on day 4. Okay, just as a reminder, you had that King of Wands. So there's a bright and shiny leadership vibe and inspiration that is definitely calling you around your career or what you're working on in the next 4 days. Let's see what you have for animal cards that you chose. Oh, the deer. I always love to see a deer. Just because it's gentle energy, right? It's compassion. It's all this heart-centered gratitude energy. Please be kind and gentle to yourself, says the deer. Yeah, I feel like it's like you have time. That's what I'm feeling. It's like you've got time. We don't need to rush. You have the time that you need. Especially if you're trying to integrate something and really trust yourself and trust your heart. Sometimes that can be difficult, and we need a bit of time to kind of process it and trust ourselves to move through something if we're changing things and, listening to your heart, trusting in spirit. And the deer and the cheetah, what a combo. The cheetah is an energy, of course. It's quickness, movement, fast. But what they're giving me is like finish line energy. I'm going to be the fastest one to the finish line. Because this does not feel like quick energy or pushy energy, this is them telling you, if you are gentle with yourself and you listen and you observe and you stay in your heart and you follow that line, it's going to bring you to the finish line quicker than if you're all up in your head, up in your ego, worrying, etc. You can make like mistakes when you do that, but trusting your gut always leads you in the right direction in this middle road where oh yeah, this is right. So you might find that your head's getting involved a bit, and that's why they're giving you the answer or the solution for you on day 4 here. And this really makes me feel like in order to get to the finish line, the cheetah is looking at the deer. Be gentle, be kind to yourself and others, and also be kind to your heart and what it has to tell you about what direction you're meant to be headed, what arrow you're meant to be following, right? What changes you're meant to make, how you're supposed to work with others, who you're supposed to work with, how you're meant to launch something and when. This tells me you're gonna make it and you will be successful if you can stay in this kind of energy, that gratitude energy. Because, like they said, that Rumi quote is like, you can champion that, write that down and put that on something, group 2. What you are seeking is also seeking you, period. So there's no question about whether or not you're gonna get there. It's just, I feel like we gotta get comfortable with what our heart is telling us and what we're being inspired by, and just illuminate that here over the next 4 days. Okay, we're gonna close your reading with an affirmation. Oh, I knew it. I could feel the timing of it. The time is fine. It's okay. Look at this stopwatch here that you're getting. I give me space to breathe in this moment and recognize there is beauty in life's pauses. It's like you have all the time that you need. You do not need to rush this no matter what. Like the cheetah says, you're going to make it. Let's step into our heart over the next 4 days. Start trusting there. Start listening there. Give yourself the space to breathe in this moment and to recognize that there is beauty and movement in the pauses, in taking it easy, in reconnecting, in being grateful and feeling that in every cell of your being. So I hope that this serves you, group number 2, for the next 4 days. It was my absolute pleasure to read for you, and I'll see you in the next one.